Morning everyone, Toolbox time, back here with Phil in the academy room today. We're looking at some swing ideas, thinking about some of the tendencies that we had on course last time. We need to look to really sharpen the saw when it comes to the swing stuff this time, so let's get into it. Right, so I'll pull this swing video up for you guys now on screen so you can see it. We'll just run it through. So a lot of good stuff in there. Just looking at numbers on flight scope, smash factor's probably the highest it's ever been. Right. So that's thinking about how quality your strikes are now. The only thing that we've noticed, and one thing that I think really hampered you on course with 5 wood that time, because that's one that sticks in my head, even though we didn't put it in the last session, this is what we really need to focus on now, is that we just see paths want to move out to the right, and that were reflected on the flight scope. I think paths are like 8 degrees right at the minute, so it's just playing into that occasional push, occasional draw, because although you guys didn't see on camera, we had a couple of tee shots on the 7th which just kind of started straight right, weren't it? Yeah. And I think it was more due to a path and strike problem combination than anything else. So if we could just feel as though on the bad ones we just get this club moving a little bit further left on way down. For the irons, it's not a bad thing, because you're playing to your shape. If you're aiming centre of greens, it's staying pretty neutral flight-wise, isn't it? But on the longer stuff, I think that's just where you get a little bit more stuck, and we'll see pass going out to the right again. Okay. So we're going to put a bit of a drill in place, hopefully, to change these path ideas now, and just get the longer stuff starting a bit further left, and not wanting to draw/hook as much. Nice one. Yeah. So as you can see, we've got 3 balls. The aim of the game is to produce a path that goes more this way, more out to in, to combat the one where Phil gets stuck and he moves his path out that way. Aim of the game is to miss those 2 balls. So let's start with an iron, and then we're going to move these feelings into problem clubs, because irons at the minute aren't bad. So it's not necessarily about working on these today, it's more about longer stuff again, yeah? Right.
So what do I do?
So the aim of the game is to move the club in a way that misses the inside and the outside ball. Does that make sense?
The middle ball, but miss the other 2.
Yes. Lovely. Some strike that. See, straightness of flight. So that really did.
Be happy with that every day.
That really neutralised your path that time, didn't it? Very straight.
Like it, yeah.
It's just getting out of moving path 8 degrees from the inside. Where's my finger? That way. To straightening it up now, yeah. Couple with this, and then we'll move it on to those problem clubs. I've just seen a couple start a little bit further right, aren't they?
Yeah, which is unusual for me with this club.
I can definitely see where it comes from though. You think about them 3 tee shots on, this way. Them 3 tee shots on 7th.
It's the long stuff.
They were one middle strike, weren't they?
Yeah, but it still went right.
Just straight to that tree, weren't it? Yeah. So let's have a couple with this feeling again. Good. Start line much better.
Yeah.
Good, really good. That's way better. So even if we do get a result like that where it limits the curve, this is what we're after now. We can't afford to shove that path too much right. We can't afford for it to want to curve too much to the left. So it's just neutralising everything now. Be very excited to see what this drill does with your forward now. Okay. You know, if you wanted to make this drill harder, you move them closer this way, yeah. Easy, moving further away that way. So. Shall we get that devil club out then? Shall we go for it?
Why not?
So I'm going to say I'm just not expecting much. If we just keep this drill in place, let's just see what results we get, yeah?
Okay.
So again, as we're moving into impact, we're feeling as though that club comes from more of an outside position to an inside one. Definitely more of a fade feeling.
That's one of it for a while. A bit right.
Oh, come on now, I'm not even... Good. Can I just make a slight aim adjustment? I do think you are closing your body off a fraction that way.
Right.
So what do you feel as though you're aiming for a minute?
I feel like I'm aiming
over 150?
Not over 150, more the ones the yellow flag with the orange
Alright,
thing
okay.
around it.
Okay, let's go slightly further left with your aim then. So can you go in between orange circle and yellow circle with your aim this time? Because that to me would get you then aiming at the orange circle. Feeling wise, it's definitely, for me, I think to get some more success with this, it's aiming a little bit further left, having a fade feeling through ball. Yeah, moving that path left.
Okay.
Ball position was good, setup looks perfect. Good. That's a shot that I'd much rather see you hit now with this club. It's a lot safer, isn't it?
Yeah.
We're not seeing that crazy push to right. So you think if we set up this 7th tee box now, I know I'll always allude back to it because I think about that situation a lot, you know. If we set up this 7th tee box now and neck your fade gets you still to the middle fairway.
Yeah.
Whereas that push one to right that perhaps starts, I'm not going to say right post there, white post there, but more, you know, like yellow flag on the circle to the right.
It's the tree.
You think second with almost as well, you can't mess with that gap, can you? You have to make sure you start line perfect, don't you?
All being right and all films.
Is it? Is the
Yeah,
actually all out
yeah, there's no white stakes, but because they couldn't afford any bits of wood.
Yeah.
So they managed to get some leftover paint and pins.
Perfect. Yeah. Good. That flight's so much better now, isn't it? Just a bit draw. So that's old feeling again.
Yeah.
That's wanting to move that path right. So really, ideally, the straight one's what we're going for, isn't it? By having this feeling, moving it that way, it's taking it from that to that, isn't it?
It is a little bit weird seeing my swing on film now when it's more that I'm coming too much
from
into
inside.
out
Yeah.
from where I started a few years ago.
God,
where I was,
your initial, them Peter Finch swings that you
Yeah,
told me
it
about, they
was-
were nuts, weren't they?
yeah.
Best one today, that. If I think about an ideal flag for your forward now, that is it.
Yeah, and
Right, so there we go, ladies and gents. How are we feeling with that forward now, Phil?
a bit more confident, yeah. Still need to do a bit of work, I think, on the driving range, and then test it out in a couple of friendly rounds, and then
Yes.
hopefully take it into competition.
Yeah, I think it's always going to be a case for me and you that we're going to go range, do some work on it, test it on course, range, test it on course. But like I kind of said, I don't know whether I said it on camera or off camera, it's just bridging that gap now, isn't it?
Yeah.
I feel confidence-wise that's the one that we need to look at most, and I think we're getting there with it slowly, aren't we?
Yeah.
Might be one more lesson, it might be. Next time we go on course, your confidence just comes back with it. So
Cool.
in large patches though, that's the best I've seen you hit it today, that. So
Nice one. Yeah.
really good, mate. Super.
Cheers.
You know what to do by now. Usuals, like, share, subscribe. See you in a bit. Bye.